Another one through the scope. We here, y'all. This is Queese.
B.
E.
Another episode coming to y'all. This episode about 5. Again, if y'all check us out on YouTube through the scope, check us out on Instagram. Follow us there. We have episodes uploaded on Spotify, Apple. We appreciate every support. Anybody that checks us out, give us recommendation, comment, like, feedback. Again, we're gonna keep working on trying to get it better for y'all, add new things. So we just appreciate the journey here.
Yes, sir.
We crossed the 100 mark on subscribers there. So
thank you.
Thank y'all for that. Next is 150. Next is 150. So that's what we're gonna go there.
Keep growing.
A lot of things going on, y'all. As far as I guess it's gonna be a music focused episode here because a lot of things been going on has been revolved around music, right? So it could be going on to the politic portion on it with or with the war going on, certain artists dropping music and the feedback. It's a lot of different things that we're going.
A lot been going on in music.
A lot that's going on in music. I seen Juicy J, right? I don't know if y'all seen, but he put out social media. He was like, 40% of music sales are going down. Right,
40%.
Yes.
Obviously, we don't know how accurate the number is, right? But
that's what he's saying.
It's a symptom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that ain't the only thing I heard about as far as music, as far as it going down and its trajectory declining, right? I also heard from, I think, Offset, he put that festivals aren't trying to book hip-hop artists anymore.
So is that music or hip-hop music 40% sales going down?
Hip-hop music.
Yeah.
You talking about hip-hop,
right.
yeah.
There we go.
He was saying that festivals are no longer looking to book hip-hop artists. Right, like they're not trying to do it at the same
that's what I was talking about on the last episode
that they were doing before, right? And then you got overall in the community where people talking about the overall quality going down, right? So now
I agree.
You got 3 different things that people are saying that are declining in music or hip-hop in particular, right?
Right.
So, I mean, what is your outlook on what do y'all think about some of the things that's going on? Is it really a decline or are people trying to speak it into existence, right? Because sometimes people can, exaggerate what's going on.
Right.
And, so we could take it off from the top of there. What do y'all think about it?
I see it as, I think, well, you already know where I said because I already talked, last time we talked about music, I feel like the hip-hop music and everything with that is declining. So I see it more so as a fact that it is slowly declining. Like it doesn't have to me, it's not having the same effect that it once had on society, on culture, on things of that nature. Everything is coming negative from it. Like like I said before, even though y'all gave me a couple of examples, you're really not getting much positivity from it. Everything's either negative or it's emo. It's a lot of emo music out right now with people dealing with all different types of stuff. So I see it going that way. I'm like, I think somewhat it is being speaked into existence because there is certain ways you can fix it instead of saying how bad the music is. Maybe start working with these artists to get them a little bit more better understanding of type of music that people might want to listen to and might like to where festivals might want to book them a little bit more. But it's too much negativity that comes with booking an artist. Like you can book a artist, put them on the stage, and either they'll have a fight break out on the stage, or be a situation where they got too much stuff going on in their personal life that cause a little bit of like a negative impact on the festival. People don't want to come see them.
But is that the norm? Is that the norm? Like, is that just 1 out of say 100?
What you mean?
You know what I mean? Or is that every like 1 out of 10? Like,
what do you mean?
We always focus like when something bad happens, it always gets a lot more focused than something positive.
That's always
so.
The case.
You have artists out there that have a concert and nothing happens. You know what I mean? It's a good crowd and everybody loves it, but then you might have artists where they have a concert and a fight break out, and sometimes the fight might not even be related to the concert. It could be something down the street or something unrelated, but they'll put it on the concert. You know what I mean? And then they'll blow it up and put the rapper's name on it. This happened at so and so concert. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, look, but the point you brought up though is like positive, but is that related to the overall other things that are affecting hip hop, right? I don't think the message being positive or negative weighs on how much is selling.
Yeah,
because even the positive music back then wasn't selling like the craziest, right? Sales now are higher than where they realistically were back then when the music was at a certain point.
But you, like I said before, you got a mixture of it.
Right.
Where you had an art. You can even listen to an artist. You had a nice little mixture of it. Yeah, it was still mostly like negative music. We're not gonna act like hip hop was all positive back in the day. No,
Right.
we're not doing that. But you still had a higher level mixture of what you're getting now.
But people don't care about that. Like if music was
Especially
all
the young
positive
people.
now, it ain't gonna.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna lead to
I'm
more
saying
consumption.
you can't make it all. I'm not saying make it all positive. I'm just saying you have more positive amount of music out now than you had then. Even if you had any artist, like most artists, you can always find at least maybe one or two, positive or.
But you think that's relating to the sales? Like I
because
don't
you
think,
can't bump this. Like for instance, if I'm an adult, right? I'm an
Yeah.
adult. I got kids. I would love to bump certain music at a barbecue, at a party, or at something where kids are around. But I can't do a lot of that because all the cursing, negativity, and drugs and everything they put in the music.
But the artist that is doing that.
group, but for that age group, it's not. It
There's
doesn't
nothing
matter.
there.
No, for that age group that's buying it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like your
you're talking
demographic
about
don't
our
even
age
consume.
group.
Yeah, y'all don't even consume
Yeah,
music
we're
that
not-
much.
they're
Y'all
not
don't
worrying about
stream or
us.
nothing.
Yeah,
Y'all don't
they're not
stream as
worrying
much.
about us.
And the artists that do, which is some of y'all artists that y'all grew up with, Nas, y'all don't support him enough where his album sales don't
Right,
cross
right.
over 50K. So when y'all get that music, y'all don't even consume it enough for
I
us to
agree.
even think that's really
But
what y'all want.
I think none music is consumed as a rate as it used to be anymore. Period.
But far as the outcry of a certain generation of people saying this music need to go back to this, but when
who's
your
the-
artists put it out, y'all don't even consume
but
it.
what generation is saying it? But let's take
The
it-
older people, y'all.
exactly. So the older people are already saying that we are mostly the ones that saying that the music is declining.
But why y'all not consuming the artists that are doing it? If Nas drop an album, he shouldn't sell 20K.
Because Nas shouldn't have to do it.
But if he consuming what y'all like, why you got,
because he shouldn't have to do it at this point. Nas shouldn't even have to be the one that we have to look to for that. That should be passed. If he's just doing it as a hobby or something, that's one thing. But Nas should not be the focus point, or anybody in our older generation should not be the artist that we still got to look to for that type of music.
I really don't think our generation matters. Like
No, but yes, it does. You want to know why it does? Because we're the ones dealing with these festivals. We're the ones that
y'all ain't at the festival?
Yeah.
no, not
I'm
yet.
not-
The festival, the one in charge of creating them. We
Are
booked
y'all?
the festival.
Not really.
Not really, man.
You
Yeah,
got a
not
bunch of
really.
you got a bunch of 21-year-olds controlling the festival.
Yeah,
You know,
think
you
of the
got
artists though. Like you got 30 that they in
Then they
tune with
still
the
in
young
their
artists.
30-year-old
yeah.
is still in that
still in
on
that
that
bracket.
tier level. For me, anybody in their 30s is on that tier level between our generation and the younger. They
Nah.
on that tier level. Yes, I do, because I play plenty of 30-year-olds that still like more
They
into
still-
more into older hip hop than they are into this younger hip hop.
I would say, as far as the artists, because it is artists out there that provide those type of music, but the thing is, it's not going to reach mainstream radio. That's not
Right.
what mainstream radio is focused
It's
on.
never going to reach. It never did back then. It rarely ever did back then. You're
Right.
right.
And then you got the combination between that and then y'all generation just not being lazy when it comes to finding music. Like there's a lot of artists that rap about some of the subject matter y'all want to see.
Yeah.
Y'all just
I'm not
expect it to hit
searching.
y'all in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I'm
y'all
not
not
searching.
for it.
Yeah, I'm not
so y'all
searching
just
for it.
consume what y'all hear on the radio being sexy
If I hear
and all that.
somebody-
I can't
somebody
speak. I
pass it
can't
along
speak. I'm
to
not
me, yeah.
searching for it. I just it's hard to.
Y'all
it's
ain't
hard to
searching
find.
hard enough. Y'all got JID, Denzel Curry, Joey Badass. Like it's a lot
But
of
you're
dudes
saying what
that
they're
make-
making, but that doesn't make it good.
No, but they're making the subject matter that y'all looking for
But they
in
can
real
make-
hip hop. No,
they-
they can really rap,
They-
but y'all don't look for it, so y'all don't know.
No, it's not just
They
about
can
that.
really rap.
I'm not going against their whole their rapping ability. Just because you can rap don't mean you know how to make a song.
Right, but y'all don't even
He's
listen
talking
to them.
about-
Y'all don't
he's
even
talking
listen to them,
about-
so
he's
y'all
talking
don't
about
never
the
know.
type of music they're making.
You can't say that because what I'm saying is that I listen to some of the dudes that he's talking about, but a lot of times I'm like, all right, this is all right, but this ain't it. Like the music ain't it.
Well, you got to come to a lot. It's a lot of these dudes that can rap,
I'm not.
and the old heads that y'all look up to or say can rap, co-sign those co-sign
yes, they
them.
co-signed the don't
Because they know
rap.
they can really rap.
Right,
so
right. They-
if you don't like the music, that's personally with you. But if the dudes that y'all like
But I can-
are co-signing them, saying, "Yo, this is what hip hop need," then I don't know, man. I don't think y'all really looking.
No, it's not the fact that we not looking. It's the fact I'm saying you can have artists that can rap. They got the ability to rap. They got they nice on the mic. That doesn't mean they know how to create a good song.
So what I got to do with hip hop
Look, I
declining
don't-
in general?
I don't
Because
know
that's,
about.
that's what's declining. The music and people in building. People are not. The emphasis on creating a good song is not there anymore. I get it. I understand why from when you get the numbers back and all all the algorithms and everything that they be telling you. But people are not going in with the same emphasis they once, with the same hunger to create a song. They want to create the hot moment. I'm looking for the hot moment. I'm gonna create the hot moment to get the traction, get the noise, and I'm out. They're not looking to create generational music. They're just looking to create the hot moment.
So what do y'all see?
I don't know if hip hop is declining because hip hop.
Oh, it's declining.
It's evolving.
No,
In decline as well.
It's in everything. From
mean?
commercials to TVs to everywhere you turn, it controls your style. It controls from young and old. Everything, hip hop is running the world. Whether you whether you want to admit it
But
or
the
not.
music part of
But
it
the
is
music
gone.
part is now. I don't know. Like I haven't paid for anything because if I can just listen to it without having to pay
mean
for
stream
it,
for- yeah.
I'm just gonna listen to it.
Right, you're gonna stream it.
Yeah.
It's rarely
So-
you pay for an album now, unless it's somebody you just like. I need to have that.
That has an effect on things too.
And then and then you would look at that, right? Like, because you look at sales in general for hip hop, right?
Right.
Like, before getting like, let me see, like 500, 600, or 700K, you'll have a couple artists do that.
Right.
But now the biggest sales in hip hop was from Travis Scott this year, and he had to use bundles. He sold like 480, but 275 was off of streaming, and the rest was bundles. Artists do bundles where like I'll sell you a T-shirt and it comes with the album. T-shirt might be like $5, and that counts as an album sale. So it's like a way to boost your numbers, like a way to make your numbers seem more than what they are, right? Drake dropped his album; it did about like 411. He didn't do bundles,
Right.
Right.
But
So
that's Drake.
but he didn't. Yeah. So he didn't do bundles, right?
Right.
So the overall sale of the top is probably going to be around 400K now. So that could be like a music in general consumption where everything is going down. You also had hip hop didn't have its first number one, hit until like July or like August, right?
Yep.
We went till June without it. There's some things
I don't
around
think we
there.
had a summer banger. Did we even have a summer banger?
None of the big artists dropped though, so that
I'm
it
just
makes
saying,
sense.
but
Yeah.
did we have a summer banger just out of hip hop? Period.
Probably not. I mean, none of the hip hop artists dropped. None of the main
None of the
juggernauts
main
dropped.
ones, yeah, the
Right.
top-
I think people blew it out
none
of
of the top
proportion.
five.
You didn't have Cardi drop, Drake didn't drop, Kendrick, Cole,
Right,
like
right.
all them dudes that would have gave us the number one didn't drop. So
Okay.
I think people blow that part out of proportion.
But wouldn't that be a sign of hip hop? Because you would think that some younger kid would be able to came through by now with all the monsters not dropping. They left the lane open for somebody to take that spot, and nobody took it.
Nah, I think all hip hop always had is monsters and juggernauts. Even when you go to the
got 'em,
mid
but when the
2000s.
monsters and juggernaut don't drop, that's your lane to try to come in and maybe even create a smash for yourself, even if it's just a small moment. Like they have a moment, but nobody
That's
did
if
it.
somebody bring you out.
But I'm saying, but nobody
It's hard
did it.
for you to do it on your own.
Nah.
You need someone to bring you out.
It's a microwave society too, It's
Yeah,
songs coming out every
true.
day. It's hard to compete with the country artists who just
So then you think
and pop artists.
So
like,
then let's take it to a conversation to a different aspect. You think it's oversaturation that could be the reason for the decline?
Oh, hip hop definitely oversaturated.
And
I mean, in
think you
general.
think that could be the reason for the decline because too much of something can become a bad thing.
Hey, yeah, it could be that too. I don't know if that's what the festivals got to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
the festivals are
I think they're doing it more from from all the things that bring with hip hop, right? Like
The negativity, and all
Yeah,
the
like, I mean, it's
problems.
people that got killed at
certain
festivals.
crowd, yeah,
Right,
certain
people-
crowd.
right.
Drakeo the Ruler got killed at a festival, right?
Right.
So is it might be a bunch of negative. Like you go back before that, Russ. He got into altercation. Him and his people,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
jumped some people. It was a couple years ago, but
it's
you
still-
still get altercations. Who else got jumped? Lil B got jumped at a festival before. So I mean, you just see certain things where it's like, negativity
Right, that one
comes with
thing,
hip hop,
yeah.
and
Right.
it might not be worth financially to
bring
book
that-
these
Right,
artists
right,
anymore.
yeah.
Right.
Nah,
Artists that have one, and a lot of these artists that get on these festivals got one song.
Yeah, they
One,
only
two
got
songs.
one song. They
Right.
done. And they done.
Right,
Then they
yeah.
done.
And any other song they
And you
listen
cost
to,
me
like,
an
what
insurance
is this? I
money.
never heard this before. Like, what's this? Like, you have to actually be a fan of that artist to know the rest of their songs that they play.
Yeah, they
Right.
might want a high ticket. For one song, they're gonna loop it. They might
mean,
dance.
if
They
you
sing
get-
somebody else's song.
I mean, you
they
got
ain't even theirs.
and the crazy thing, you got festivals now booking classic acts instead of booking these younger acts. What's the one fest right now that's about to go down in ATL? All the they doing the 50 hip hop joint when they bringing back all the old rappers. That
Well, that's
be
what
on
50 here's a hip hop.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I'm saying,
expect them to
but
do
even,
that.
even with, I'm just talking about just in general. Like usually, even because of that, they still got the other artists that they got a couple of even R&B joints are are the upper echelon of artists now. Like they not really like a lot of these festivals. They just
Well, I
not
can
booking the artists.
understand that financially it's not worth the loss.
It's not worth. It's not even worth the headache.
Yeah, it's not.
Not worth
yeah.
the headache. And then I guess until it changes, it's never going to change because they're more like I was also reading the numbers like I said before. They more looking to overseas artists, different genres of music. They not really dealing with hip hop no more like that.
Well, Ebro, y'all, I don't know y'all familiar with Ebro?
Yeah.
He put out a tweet. It was like a while ago, but he was saying he got a call saying it should be noted many record labels have deprioritized signing rappers.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
so now
so-
they focus on African and Latin music.
Yep.
So You know, it could be the same thing of they talking about the same shit over and over. Rappers, as far as like chasing TikTok success in comment sections,
Right.
So they're saying labels are now focused on maybe other genre artists, which makes sense, right? Like
Yes.
rappers getting locked up, RICO charges, a lot of them, right?
Right.
But the labels also play a part in that. You looking for those dudes that
Right, you
get
don't
in there
want-
so you can
right.
cash out real quick.
You want them to talk about that stuff so you can make money off
You
of
know,
it.
right. You want them to crash out real quick. You know, they get locked up. You ain't gotta pay. You know, you just keep milking their music, and you ain't gotta invest no more into their career, right?
That's,
So
that's where they said they was robbing people. But that's where them A&Rs came into play. You get that artist, you can somewhat guide him. Like, listen, you can't keep going down this path. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna be a one hit wonder or in and out. Like you had it, like that's where them. I know people saying the A&Rs was like a robbery for some artists, but at the same time,
Right.
it kept you behind out of jail or it kept your
Right,
career
they
going.
guided you.
Right, they guided you.
Right.
You know, when you're looking for hip hop, you're looking for street. Street brings negativity, and a lot of times that negativity spills over into not only just the music, to the artist, to the way they act, to what they're doing, to their to when
The
like
type of crowd.
the type of crowd they're going to
Yeah.
attract. All that it brings into that.
Right.
And if you don't like I was saying, if you don't have an artist who's willing to say, yeah, that's where I came from, but that's not where I want to continue going, then yeah, that negativity is going to probably be a detriment to their career to the point to where people going to be like, I don't keep wanting that negativity around. Now, if he's trying to grow and push himself forward, but still keep that type of content so he keep his fans, then you might have somebody that can, maybe keep, carry hip hop or, have a better positive out effect on a situation. Because it's one thing when you see somebody who came from where you came from and they actually doing something with their life as opposed to somebody just doing the same stuff they was doing before they made it.
what's the
Right.
solution then? What's the solution for hip hop to get, or what do y'all see the outlook? If y'all think of hip hop 5 years from now, what do y'all see it being? Like, do y'all see it?
If it doesn't get corrected,
because it's still the dominant genre right now.
it's going to be
So,
I have a problem with it being the emo music. I really do. That's just my personal issue, like, because I think that creates a lot of problems for the music.
what you mean? Joe Budden made emo music. Is one of your favorite rappers.
Yeah, but what he made and what these kids picked up and took is a total different avenue.
All right, think about
Well,
it.
if it doesn't change, I don't see anything positive
Right.
happening from 5 years from now. If it doesn't change,
That's what I'm saying. If it
Nah, but
doesn't-
what's your
Now,
what's your outlook on it? Y'all gotta like,
what do you want? Outlook in 5 years?
is it gonna be?
it won't be dominant.
It won't. No, I think in 5 years you won't see it. You won't. It's already barely being in awards. Festivals are starting trying not to book artists. Yeah, I think in 5 years it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing but street music. Might just be nothing but street music for just street people. That's it. Like it's going to be slowly phased out of mainstream because people are leaning more into R&B artists, more to pop music, more to Latin, to Afro. I think hip hop might be phased out into street music in the next 5 years, and nothing changes.
So y'all think nothing gonna change? So you think it won't be the dominant genre? It'll be like you think who you think gonna surpass it?
I think Afro Latin music will surpass it, if not R&B. I really do believe Afro Latin music will surpass, if not R&B.
Yeah,
Pop-
that type of club music.
Yeah, exactly. Because pop music will
That
always
European
be,
type
because
club
pop music will
music.
always be pop music. That's never going nowhere.
yeah, that European type.
So
music.
if you ask me what's going to replace hip hop, I'm going with Afro beats or Latin. Anything that I can listen to in the club and have be able to do a dance and everything like that.
I don't think it would be Afrobeats.
I don't think that won't happen until the award shows start to really like hammer in on those winning awards.
I
Like,
know, that's what I'm
when
saying.
you see a Grammy get nominated, a Grammy best hip hop album or Grammy best album go to like Tim's or any of those other artists out
Right,
there, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
DeVito, or if it go to one of them,
right.
then you'll probably see something like that happen.
Right, the
but
shift, you'll see
but
the
long
shift.
as you got, those main artists being, American homegrown hip hop or
If you-
R&B artists, they're going to still hold that dominant there because you got to attack it. You got to get all bases. You got to get the festivals, you got to get the award shows, then you got to get the consumer, right?
Right.
So does any of those? I don't think any of those
And then
artists
also,
sell a lot over here.
the state, as far as the arenas too. Like if they stop booking them, like remember that we had that period for a while where they
Yeah.
weren't doing
A lot of
hip-hop?
artists can't sell. A lot of
They
artists
can't sell in the arena no more. They ain't got the.
They cancel on their tours because they can't sell
sell.
the
Right.
tickets.
But remember that though.
But they probably
No,
ain't
no,
too
yeah,
high.
because of the trouble.
Yeah, I
came
know.
with it.
I know. But if you want an actual idea of a fix, I say start getting. I know it's like I said, it's not financially feasible because most artists might even have to take an L on that aspect. But you got to put more emphasis on your music. Stop looking for the one hit smash or the one moment smash. Stop making music for the moment and make music for for a long period of time. Don't make a one hit song. Make a classic song. Look to try to make classic songs for every song you're doing, to where from 5 years from now we still gonna bump it. 10 years from now we still gonna bump it. 20
Well,
years,
it's a classic
30 years.
song because music changes, right? Like the way
I think-
sonically, because I remember talking to you about music before.
Right.
You hate 808 Heartbreaks, but that's an evolution of music where that's where most of the music
It was
today
emo music.
sounds.
It was
But that's
emo.
how the music today sounds. So a classic
Exactly,
for you,
but
that don't mean it ain't classic
a
though.
classic is
But-
different
but-
to everybody.
It's subjective, right? So what's a classic song?
Nah, classic would be a joint that you know is a classic. Mean everybody bump, like everybody.
There ain't no such thing, bro. Ain't no such thing. Every generation gonna like a same song that's classic at the time, man.
Nah,
It could be
say,
classic
alright,
without that
well,
being
we
the
consider
thing.
it classic.
All right, here's like this.
Them up the NWA
the
songs
20
is not gonna people think it's classic now. This
I didn't-
generation
I
gonna
didn't
think
throw- I
that.
didn't throw NWA. I'm talking about a song you can bump, like you bump from 20 years from now, for 10 years from now. All right. Let me see. Best example I'm gonna give you right now. J joint. You always hear it.
What?
I'm a hustler, baby. I want you to know. What's the joint? Where I'm about. Give me the me. Give me that funk. That
Yeah, I know
smash.
what
That
you're
goes
talking
right.
about, yeah.
That joint. That's a classic.
You
joint.
always hear it?
Yes, you always hear it. If you go in the club right now, you still hear it. You
That's
go
the
in-
club though. It's the
You-
generation that's like consuming music now ain't in the club with y'all.
Say what?
They not all
The
in
young-
the kids that's
right,
consuming
we
the
talking
music
about
ain't in
The
the
kids
club.
are in the club though.
The kids are 18
They can't even
around.
get in
They
the
not in the
club.
club. Yeah, they not even in the
Huh?
club
They
with
can't
y'all.
get in the club.
Well, I'm talking about this for.
They the ones that matter.
No,
Yeah, they the ones that matter.
How they ones that
They
matter?
the main ones that matter.
18,
We don't
18
matter,
to 25 are the ones that's consuming the
Yeah,
music.
we don't matter.
Right,
Nah,
but they're the
those
ones
ain't in
that.
the
But I'm
club.
talking about the 18-year-olds are sneaking. First of all, 18-year-olds are sneaking in the club.
Yeah, but
not
it's
to the
rare.
point
Come on,
right.
man. Them-
But
they
the
ain't in the club
21-year-olds
like
are in the club, and but the DJs are still playing those. That's what I'm saying. The DJs, regardless of where club you going into or what energy you going, if you got a DJ, the DJ is still playing those tracks. They're still bumping those
That
tracks.
depends
in
on
they
where you
circle.
go. Like where I was at last night, the crowd was about 18 to 25. They wasn't playing that type of hip hop. They was playing that European type, pop and the Latin and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and the Afro. They wasn't paying Jay and all that stuff that you thought you were hearing in a club. So it's not the same. It all depends on where you go. And like I said, the age group.
Yeah,
the
there is-
age group ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah,
they don't care about hearing Jay.
Yeah, y'all gotta understand.
You're saying I'm not saying they want to hear Jay. I'm saying that type of song is considered.
But that's a classic to us. That's not a classic
Yeah,
to them.
yeah, you got sonically open your ears up to be like,
So what I'm saying is that generation create a classic for that generation.
Right,
You
so
don't have
they might
that from-
have it
Right.
to
They
them.
don't have it.
but that's a contradiction
they
from what
might
you're
have
saying
it.
though, because you're saying it could be a classic for that particular generation. It don't need to span other generations to be a classic.
what I
it
mean-
could be classic for that time period,
Right,
Because
for
of what's
them.
going
Nah,
on.
For them.
Yeah,
Right.
for what's going on in that time
But they're
period.
not making classic time period. They're making moments. This generation lately has been a classic. Is not Yachty. Which one call it joint?
Who?
The dance song
There's a bunch
from
of dance
Philly.
songs.
From Philly.
But
from
Wanna
Philly.
Rock?
Yeah, I want to rock. That's been the longest classic so far that I heard from a younger generation.
Yeah, there's plenty of those that people.
Other than that, before that you had whatchamacallit the joint.
The classics on the generation was XXX Sad. Y'all probably
Oh,
never
yeah.
heard it.
Yeah,
but
that
that's
too.
one. That's
Yeah, I
one.
know
of
that.
Yeah, that too.
That's one of
That
they
too.
joint. But like
That
the
too.
songs
Yes.
is different. They all different. Music is subjective.
If you're going to call that the point of emphasis that changed to what's the music to what we're listening to now, and now hip hop is declining, and you still want me to think I'm gonna still consider that a classic?
Yeah, because
No.
that's
It's
'cause
emo music,
No,
and that's the problem now.
that's
It's emo
the business.
music.
You talking about the business, and then because they're two different things.
Well,
Hip hop
people-
got bad business in hip hop. It's bad
people going
business
to
in hip hop.
consume music, like you said. People based off of what they going through or what type of situation they in life is going to consume
Right.
all kinds of music based off of that. But to say that that's where that stemmed from, and now we talking about is hip hop dying because of that, because if that's where that stemmed from, that's type of music that everybody started creating from that point on, then yeah, that's exactly my point right
that's-
there.
I'm at that point. I understand that it's a whole new generation. Like I can't DJ a party playing
You're the type of
my
you gotta
my
play their joints.
classics. You know what I mean? I understand they want to hear Future. That's a classic to them. Future is a classic
And
to
he
them.
emo. Next.
You know what I mean? And stuff like from that era.
Sometimes.
And the stuff that they're listening to now. You know what I mean? That's what they like. You know what I mean? That's what the generation like.
You
So-
got Dirk, you
Yeah.
know King Von when he was
Yeah.
alive. They make street music. Like a lot of this is drill music. Drill music
yeah,
ain't
it's
emo.
Right.
drill,
That's what
it's
they
drill.
want to hear.
You know what I'm saying? So it changes, right? You go
Right.
from emo, drill to ratchet. Like hip hop is constantly evolving, and there's artists, 3 or 4 artists that make that type of music that pop
Some
for a certain
last, some
period.
don't.
Then they die off.
Yeah.
And then somebody else. Then they
Well,
die
like I
off.
said,
Somebody
some
else will
last,
pick
some
it up,
don't.
but as of right now, it hasn't. Whoever, everybody that has taken the mantle hasn't pushed hip hop further because, again, we're talking about the fact that it's declining. So it
Well,
hasn't pushed it hasn't pushed it upward. It pushed it downward.
All right, so let me go on the because I think this would be a good segue in this. My son put out a message there, and he was saying like he feel like I want to get his exact message here pulled up, but he was saying, real question: why are lyricists like Drake and Cole doing music with Lil Yachty? I'm confused. Are they co-signing him? Is he supposed to be like this generation, like lyricist a star? I'm just confused. No disrespect. I'm just lost. And he was like, maybe I'm old, but there's a lyricist code. You didn't just do music with artists who didn't challenge us or we didn't lyrically respect, or they didn't just add something so unique and dope to the song that they had to be on it. No disrespect to Yachty, but he's not good on either of these songs. His music is entertainment, I guess a vibe to the youth, but these songs don't make sense to me. Can someone give me some understanding?
I get-
90% of the comments was people disagreeing with
I
it.
get what he said, and yeah, that's the way we used to look at it. But I'm not mad at Yachty and even. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Yachty or somebody being on a lyricist or on a song for lyricists. I'm not mad at that. I don't think that a lyricist nowadays should not rap.
It's not Yachty, it's Drake. Why Drake is with Yachty? It's not.
It's not even just that.
Cole.
Yachty going to take that. He going to take that because it boosts him up. I mean,
What you mean?
I'm just saying him doing a song with Drake helps him.
Yeah, but
it
he
doesn't
just,
help Drake.
Yeah, but he's just talking about why are lyricists doing songs with people who are not lyricists, and I don't.
Because they bring something unique to it.
Right,
Like,
that's what I'm
Yachty
saying.
can bring a certain flow, certain beat.
Right.
Yeah, some of the songs that pop, Yachty wrote. So a
Right.
lot of these songs that the girls made or some of the guys made, Yachty got his fingerprint on all them joints, regardless if you think if he's
Right. What
his
my
lyrics or
son's
not.
speaking from is the generation that we grew up with, where if you was a lyricist, you rap with other lyricists so to see if they can
Right.
challenge you to make your skills
Right.
better. Like, so if I'm
Right.
going in, if somebody going in with Rakim, they knew they had to bring their A game because they like, hold up, I ain't about to get out rapped by this boy. But
Right,
that's the
right.
other thing I don't think these kids care about is being out rapped by the person they rapping with.
It's not-
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
sure.
not about that.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I'm not sure they take as much pride in their craft to say, all right, I'm not gonna let this dude out rap me or out perform me on my own song or on this song
Right.
with me, as opposed to a person who
Right,
like lyricist like a J. Cole, somebody that actually be like, yeah, I'm on this song with such and such, I'm gonna put my A game, and then we gonna see who raps the
spit
best,
the
on
best
this track,
verse.
on this
Right.
track.
I get it. That lyrical code that y'all was speaking of, yeah, that's a lost art, bro.
Yeah,
Ain't
it's
most-
gone.
yeah,
It's gone.
It's gone. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
There's no cold period to anything.
Right.
Really.
But that's why my son. That's why people look at like somebody like my son or some of the older generation, like y'all so out of touch. Like,
Yeah.
to even come up with that question, like you just out of touch of what music is now, and you can't wrap your head around its evolving and its evolution. Like, it's not
you-
that. Like
and
the
you
fact
need
you
that.
asked that question, that you confused like that, like, bro, like where you been? Like that'll. That
Like
ain't,
they don't care no more.
I think Nas did a song with somebody who wasn't lyrical. I can't even remember on one of his albums
Yeah,
before.
yeah, he did.
He grabbed one of these young kids and did a song like that's a pastime. Like
Yeah, that
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
not something. That's not like, I get what he's saying, but yeah, I'm not mad at that because I feel like, to me, that actually exposes the lyricists to maybe an audience that might not listen to them
But they don't
because
care.
It's true.
because of
Yeah,
that.
It does,
Right.
but they don't care.
Well, whether they don't care or not, say for instance, like it's a Yachty song and J. Cole
Right.
in it, but the song is hot.
Right.
So regardless if they don't care or not, it's a hot song. They know J. Cole. They like, hold up, this guy on here, he part of that hot song. Let me go see what type of music he listens to. Now, whether they like it or not, that's up for debate. No, that's their preference. But at least it gets them better exposure. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not mad. I'm never mad at that. I was never mad at that before, but I get what he's saying because you want to see artists challenged.
That's a fact.
Every time. Like you want to see them like always go in and reinvent themselves and be better at the next song, be better at the next song, be better at the next song. And when you
Right,
feel
you
like
want the same
that
old thing.
competitive spirit going. But
Yeah, that
I
is
get
going.
why. I get why though, because it's social media. Like, it's not much benefit if I'm the superior artist to hop on a song with another dude that's maybe underground and nice. Because if I get fried, social media gonna let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get killed. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't like that ain't no benefit for me. Like, I just put you on and I just got killed.
But you'll
Everybody
survive.
coming at me.
See, the
Yeah.
problem is people don't worry. You'll survive that. Like, you know how many times Jay had to hear that Eminem killed him on Renegade? You'll survive that. depending on who you are, you'll survive that. I know, understand it's pride in
But
that.
people
Yeah.
will remind you.
Yeah, I mean, people gonna always remind you, but
Right,
you'll
they gonna
survive
make sure
it.
you know.
Yeah, they gonna make, but you'll survive as long as you keep putting out good music.
It's
Everybody
like
ain't gonna
business
hold that.
sense. Like with business sense, like why am I going? Like why? Like it ain't gonna help me.
Right.
It helped the hip hop historians, but like it ain't gonna do nothing for my. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna do
It's
nothing
just
for my
something to talk
pockets.
about in
Yeah.
the barbershop.
Unless you're looking at it to the point where you feel like you can challenge the artist and maybe bring the artist up higher. To
If
where
it ain't on my label, no.
I agree.
If it ain't on
Yeah.
my label, ain't.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't care. Then,
Well,
you know?
no, but see, with certain artists like Cole and them, they actually afford a culture, not worry about the label. I think like at least for Cole, I would say I feel like he's more for trying to bring hip hop.
Well, he just started doing
Yeah.
that not too long ago. Remember, he used to not have really nobody on his albums, no
Yeah.
features. He wasn't even doing features like that.
Right.
Then he started working with 21 Savage and all these dudes who weren't lyrically, on his level.
Right.
And he was able to adapt, and that actually furthered his standing in hip hop. Right. Like think about it.
Right.
People either got him ranked number one now.
Right, he reached another
Even
crowd.
you, I remember you mentioned and said, "Yo, this feature on Cole on, it's crazy."
It's crazy. I
You know what I'm saying?
I got to redo my list because what he's doing right now is ridiculous.
Right.
It's just really ridiculous.
And he did that rapping with certain dudes that you probably like, man,
Yeah,
come on,
exactly.
bro.
Yeah, like,
when I
why?
saw him with that Yachty track, I'm like, yo, what is this? But then I heard him, I said, hold up.
His verse was crazy.
His verse was
Did
crazy.
you hear that joint on the Secret Recipe? I put it in the chat, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If you,
I think
Cole-
I heard
Cole was
like
rapping.
bits and
Yeah,
pieces.
Cole went
Cole
off
was
on that.
rapping.
He went off on that. But yeah, like you can't expect that type of mentality from these kids because they don't have it. It used to be a competitive art. That's the other thing I think that's killing hip hop. It's not competitive anymore because at one point it's our fault, and I'm gonna say it's our fault because at one point when it did get competitive, it got too competitive to the point where people were dying on the street over it. Like I think Fab said it before. He said this ain't the '80s. A rap battle will get you laid out now. Where back in the day, if Rakim or Kane was going at it, they were just going at it lyrically. Wasn't nothing spilled onto the streets. Now you go at somebody, some wannabe fan or some stan, going to see somebody else that like somebody else or have an argument with somebody else, and next thing you know, somebody shot or killed over a freaking lyric.
Right, because everything's social media now. You will hear about the battle.
Right.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't see it.
Right, you wouldn't see it. You
Right.
would hear about
Yeah,
it, and you just be like, "Yo, who won? Like who
Right.
won out the battle?" But now,
Right.
nowadays people are getting killed. People was getting killed over lyrics. They was getting killed over songs. I'm like, dog, it's okay to be competitive and not get violent.
Nope.
But not now. But now in this generation, it's not. Like so that I get I get why it's no longer competitive because that competitive nature got people killed. But at the same time, like that's part of what got hip hop where it was at. That competitive fire. Because even if I wasn't rapping with you, my album came out, your album came out. Your album did these sales. So I want to be his sales. So I'm going in, I'm gonna make sure my album be his. They not doing that no more.
Right, yeah.
right.
So yeah, that lyrical code is, missing. Like I said, it ain't, I don't think there's no code.
There's no rules, no code, no anything.
Any rule that y'all assigned to hip hop,
It's
just
gone.
rip it up.
Yeah,
it's
It's
going. It's going.
So you think so? Remember when I said a long time ago that I think hip hop needs a gatekeeper? You think that still might be needed now?
No, we need to find a new word for hip hop and call it something different.
True. Not hip-hop anymore.
Make this make this a different. You know what I'm saying? Make this a different. Either y'all gonna erase the codes or make it something else.
Well,
like call it something else.
Because you erase the codes, it's gonna be a Wild Wild West out
Well,
here.
I'm saying codes was what made it hip hop, right? So
Yes.
if I take the code, if it ain't no codes, then it ain't hip hop, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So
I
what's
can't
the
erase-
word now?
but I can't erase the code because
y'all introduced the term mumble rap, right?
Yes.
To make it a subgenre of what was going on.
And we
so
and
we
that
need to
didn't
find
take.
another one.
Yeah, that did
Find
take.
another one.
But that did take. That really did take. It only took for the older.
Hey, hold on for a little bit. A lot of these dudes didn't like being called mumble rappers.
They didn't like being called it, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it didn't take because that's why they ain't like being called it because they ain't like being like you. The people who are in that genre gotta like the name of that genre.
Yeah, so they don't like mumbling no more.
So they're like, nah, that ain't gonna work, man. So, that code going like mice. I get it, and part of me agree with you because I would like to see competitive nature in hip hop, but that's code. That code is going,
Yeah,
dog.
people here ain't calling the shots anymore. So.
Yeah, that code
Yeah,
is going.
it's done. Y'all, all that code, y'all can throw that up. We about to write a new code. All right, this is a new code.
Long as they
you ain't
figure
got a rhyme.
Nope.
That's the new code. All right, I'm gonna come up with the new code. You ain't got a rhyme.
No, not at all.
Have fun on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make weird ad libs. You gotta have some ad libs. Y'all fast and fire ad libs.
I hate those.
Y'all have 5 or 6 fire ad libs on the
I
joint.
hate those, man.
Y'all to rap off the beat.
Try
Hop in and off.
Pretend you can say
Hop in and off the beat.
Yeah.
Hop in and off the beat.
Yeah,
you know
have
what
some
I'm saying?
auto tune in there.
Yeah, have some auto tune in there. What else? Y'all got to just, you know what I'm
And
saying?
then just start yelling for no reason.
Yeah, start yelling for no reason. You know, you know how to do that. You got to say words that people don't know what they mean. You know, you got to do that.
Make up your own language to where everybody got to look up, like, figure out what
make your own
language.
language. Yeah, make it your own language. You got to do a bunch of, all types of different
Create
stuff.
your own words.
Yep, and then put it all together. Get your hook together. You
Yeah,
got to hit, baby. You got to hit.
Exactly. Get your hook together. Just try something different, and then just hop on there. Just make that the situation there. So this is another episode. This is what we talking about here through the scope. Again, hit the like and subscribe button. Anybody that is still with us. So hit the like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter through the scope with a 3. Follow us on Instagram as well through the scope. Appreciate y'all listening out today. Another episode. We out.